So what do we learn this week about Alesha Reanimator? And overall, we finished up 3-2 with the deck, which is pretty reasonable. We lost to the crazy Madcap Reanimator deck, to Emergles and Grizzlebrands and all that stuff. And we also lost to Eldrazi Taxes, but that one I didn't feel so much like we were unfavored. Against the Reanimator deck, I felt like we were just an underdog in that matchup, but against the Eldrazi Taxes deck, we just had some really awkward draws. We flooded out one game, got mana screwed another game, and that's just kind of how that match went, but I felt like we could have competed with the Eldrazi Taxes deck if we had ran a little bit better. So we ended up 3-2. As for the deck itself, we managed to dodge Graveyard Hate, which is pretty helpful considering our main game plan is to reanimate sweet things with Alesha, and that plan actually worked pretty well. Alesha's a little fragile, a little small for her mana cost. A 3-2 for 3 in Modern just isn't really that big, but we did get to reanimate some stuff, and it worked pretty well. Our Alesha targets were really good. The one Eternal Witness let us beat Lantern Control by getting back Abrupt Decay, Scavenging Ooze, main deck Graveyard Hate, Huntmaster, P and Karen gum up the board, and then of course the combo kill of Master of Cruelties. The thing is, after playing these 5 matches, the combo kill seems like it's something that doesn't happen that often. Like, it's really sweet when it does happen, but we're just as likely to have Master of Cruelties kind of gumming up our hand, 5 mana for only 1 power, even though it does have a lot of text on it, which makes it better. The good news is we have a lot of good Jund stuff. We get Thought Seizes and Inquisitions and Abrupt Decays and Terminates and Kolaghan's Command, like, apart from the creature package, which is a little unique, and we still have some Jund creatures, Ooze, Huntmaster, P and Karen, Tassiger, but apart from the Alesha package, I guess, we play kind of like a good Jund deck, and I think that's where I see this deck. So, should you play Alesha Reanimator? And I think if you just want to play with Alesha, the answer is yes. Like, it seems like a reasonable Alesha deck. It's pretty fun. Having the ability to get back Master of Cruelties, even if it doesn't happen that often, is really sweet. So that's one reason to play it. The other reason to play it is I think this might be the best upgrade track to Jund proper. So if you look at this deck, it's under $500, which of course isn't cheap, but compared to $1,600 or whatever, $2,000 for Modern Jund, or even a normal Modern deck, it's a pretty good price, and most of what you're spending your money on, the sideboard cards, the mana base, the spells like Thoughtseize and Abrupt Decay and Kolaghan's Command and Maelstrom Bolts, all those cards go into Jund proper. So how I see this deck is you're interested in the long term to build into Modern Jund, a tier 1 deck, a deck that's been at the top of the format. Like, if you had to pick one deck to own in Modern, with the plan being to play it for the next 5 years, Jund might be the best choice, because it's hard to really kill with bannings, because it's not based around a specific card or combo. It's just value and removal, and that kind of game plan is really hard to hate out with bannings. We've seen it survive multiple bannings with Deathrite Shaman and so forth. So I see this deck is your long-term plan is to play Jund proper, but you don't want to just buy half of a Jund deck and let those cards sit in your binder while you're trading or saving for Tarmogoyfs and Lilianas and Dark Confidants. So what you do is you buy this deck, Alesha Reanimator. It's not as good as Jund proper, but it is very functional, it is very playable, and almost every single dollar you spend on this deck is on cards that go into the tier 1 Jund list. So then, as you are kind of getting your Lilianas, getting your Tarmogoyfs, you drop off the Aleshas, $1 you wasted there. You drop off the Master of Cruelties, that's like 15 bucks. Faithless Looting, Grizzly Salvage, under $1 for the total amount of those cards. So you drop out $20 worth of cards and slowly replace those with Tarmogoyfs and Lilianas and Dark Confidants, and then all of a sudden you have real Jund, and along the way you had a really functional, playable Modern deck, which is super awesome. I actually think if you're going to do that plan, you buy this deck. I think you can immediately start putting in Lilianas as you get them. Let's say it's reprinted in Modern Masters 2017. Pick up some Lilianas. I think you can slot those into this deck. You can find a way to make that work and drop out some of the worst cards, and then eventually Tarmogoyf. Maybe that's Modern Masters 2017 as well, or some other product. But you pick up your Goyfs, and before you know it, you're playing real Jund without having to put out a huge amount of money all at once, and having a deck to play in the meantime. So that's where I think Alesha Reanimator fits in. It's really sweet, it's fun, it's competitive enough, and it's a great upgrade track to building a real Jund deck. So anyway, that's been our Much Abrew About Nothing for this week. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the videos, and I will talk to you soon.